You guys, I've started mentally preparing myself to film my yearly ranking video where I rank all the palettes I tried in the year 2025. I don't think I ended up ranking my palettes last year, but hopefully with my kids getting a little older, my life getting a little bit more organized. Hoping to get that video done. I haven't even started, okay? Anyways, today I wanted to do my October ranking video. I realized that we're almost done with November and I was like, oh fuck, I don't think I filmed my ranking video for October. So I grabbed all my palettes. I have 10 to rank and this one was hard too. I think my last ranking was probably the hardest one I've done this year so far, but this one is tough too. One of my best friend's brands is in this video. So many brands I love. So yeah, don't kill me, okay? This is just my opinion. So let's get into it. If you happen to stumble upon my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I've been on these YouTube streets for far too long, but you can't get rid of me that easily. So if you would like to subscribe and join the Karen Harris makeup fam, you are so welcome here. Hang out, and we just like to chat about all makeup, all the things. You can never have too much makeup, at least in my opinion. So without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, in 10th place, I have 10 palettes to rank. Okay, let's get that out of the way. 10th place and 9th place are from the same brand, and I feel like I don't want to be mean, but both of these palettes are beautiful. They're just not the perfect palette for me. So I ranked this one, the Arcana from Undertone, in 10th place, and this one in 9th place. This is the Submerge palette. This is the one they actually launched last month. But I hadn't tried the Arcana palette because my package took the scenic route. So I ended up doing 2 looks in one video with the 2 palettes. And the reason I feel like they're both beautiful but just not perfect for me is because Arcana feels like the lighter sister to Submerge. And then Submerge has like really dark shades in it. So I feel like something that would have been perfect for me is just like a healthy mix of these 2 color stories. And I would have been able to create more of like my perfect palette. I love these color stories, but I think together is where this palette would have really, ranked up higher. I think that this one is missing some deepening up shades, and this one is missing a few lighter pastel mattes. So yeah, this one I did rank at 10, this one at 9, because it does have like 1 or 2 lighter shades in it. But overall, I think together these are better. So that's my thought, and they're quite similar too. So if you bought the Arcana, do you go back and buy Submerge? I don't know. I'll be curious to hear your thoughts. Do you feel the same as I do, or do you think I sound cuckoo bananas? Feel free to let me know in the comments in a nice way, of course. I am just doing my best with the rankings. I don't mean to be overly harsh or anything. I just want to be critical, and I want to compare things and really think about price, packaging, formula, color story, and I'm doing the best I can. I don't mean to hate on any of these brands or anything like that. I'm super grateful to receive a majority of the palettes that I talk about on my channel, so no hate to any brands. I'm just kind of doing my best here. Anyway, in 8th place, I gotta give it to the Siempre Viva palette from Divini Beauty. I have not seen this movie yet, but I think I watched the trailer and it gave me a good dose of what this movie was about. I got to see a lot of the inspiration behind this palette and it totally made sense. Like, I hadn't seen the elixir when I made this video, so now that I've seen the trailer, I feel like I have a better idea. But secretly, or not so secretly, I do love wearing pink eyeshadow. I feel like I don't do it enough, and this is a fun palette. We've got some great pinks, some great purples, so if you love this color story, you're really going to enjoy it. I think Divini has a fabulous formula. So if you're scouring the internet on brands you want to try before the year ends, or if you're making a list for 2026, make sure you include Divini. Okay, in 7th place is the Christmas Market palette from Nomad. Now, this one definitely gets 10 out of 10 for the holiday feels, and you guys know I have a very soft spot for Nomad Cosmetics in my indie makeup loving heart. I will say this one I'm ranking a little bit lower because of the color story. I feel like it's kind of a complicated color story. It's not really my favorite, and I don't know how easy it would be for people to use for every day. I know you can like do a couple of neutral looks with this and then some fun green looks. You can create some blue looks, some red looks, some festive vibes. You could probably do something similar to the one I have on right now. So you do have options, but I just feel like, I don't know, it's not perfect. So therefore it's number 7 in this video. Okay, in 6th place, this is a kind of newer to me brand, Christkindlmarkt Cosmetics, and their Seraph palette. This is a fun monochromatic kind of red palette with some pops of like cool tone browns. So it was their Halloween collection, and they did have some lip products that launched with this as well as some single eyeshadows. I didn't pull out the single eyeshadows to put in this ranking, but I love a good red eyeshadow, so I think I'm ranking this at the 6th place just because of like this portion of this palette. They have such beautiful eyeshadows and their formula is just so pigmented. I don't want to get into like swatching every single palette, but Christkindlmarkt is one that just has such a beautiful formula, and they are one of my favorite brands that I've really gotten into in the last few years. So if you've been wondering about this palette, I think it's really cool. I think it's a little bit edgy. They are a C beauty brand, so keep that in mind, but I really enjoy their stuff, and I definitely want to try other C beauty brands in 2026 as well. Okay, in 5th place is one of my favorite black owned brands, DD Signature. They came out with this From the Roots palette, and this formula is so stunning. It goes so well with their Broken Jewels palette. And yeah, they've really just kind of upgraded and updated themselves. And I am so happy for this brand. So the metallics in this palette are so beautiful. Look at that pigmentation. You can tell this brand is owned by a woman of color. You can really see that in the pigmentation of the shadows. And I know they have a gorgeous holiday palette coming as well. I don't know if that's going to have been revealed by the time you see this video. Maybe, or maybe I'll edit this really quick and get it up this weekend. But either which way, this is a gorgeous palette. And I think you guys are really enjoying DD Signature. It's been so fun to see them post other people playing with their stuff. And I'm just so happy to see how much they've grown over the past few years. They've been around actually for a while. I shouldn't even say past few years, because I remember getting my first PR package from DD Signature when I lived in my old house. And that was before I had kids even. So they've been around for like 6 years or so. I'll have to ask her actually. And I've had conversations with the owner, and I'm pretty sure she told me that I was one of the first people to get PR from them. So they have a very special place in my heart, and I'm so happy to see them grow. In 4th place, this one's getting 4th place because the color story again is a very interesting one. I don't think it's for the faint of heart. It's the Come Play With Us palette from Bella Beauté Bar. I also heard so many of you say you were terrified of the packaging, which, I mean, I'm not like a big horror movie gal either, but I don't know, the packaging isn't like off-putting enough for me to pass up on these stunning metallics. I mean, Bella Beauté Bar has one of my favorite formulas, especially their metallics are so beautiful. I know some people have a hard time, like if you have oily eyelids or if you have a lot of lines in your eyes, sometimes the eyes can like crease with these shadows, but I don't particularly have that problem. So for me, they're like amazing. But I decided to rank this a little bit lower because of how expensive this palette is. I think this is like $72, and in this economy, that seems like a lot of money right now. But I also love it so much, so I definitely wanted to include it in the top 5. And it's gorgeous, and I'm pretty sure Bella Beauté Bar is going to have a Black Friday sale. I don't know if this will be included because it is one of their newer palettes. But keep an eye out. If it is, grab it while you can. And if this one's not on sale, they still have so many other amazing palettes that you might be able to grab as well. Also, speaking of very expensive palettes, which is why this one is also ranking a little bit lower, this is the Danessa Myricks Lightwork 7. I was going to say 3. This is the Danessa Myricks Lightwork 7 palette. I picked this up during... No, I didn't pick it up during the Sephora sale. I bought it before the sale because I was scared it was going to sell out before the sale. I think that if you're looking for indie type shadows at Sephora, this is gonna be your best bet. I mean, look at this pigmentation. This palette is pricey. It's like $120, but I feel like it's worth your while to check this out. I love how pigmented her shadows are. This is the first Lightwork palette to also have matte shadows included, and this palette is completely customizable. So I'm sure you've heard everyone talk about this, but all of these pans can come out and you can pack just like a 6-pan combo if you'd like. You can mix and match. So if you have like this blue shade is your favorite and you want to pair it with this brown shadow, you can mix and match, create your own custom palette. Like I said, I've been on these YouTube streets for a long time. I've been a beauty content creator for a long time, and I haven't seen anyone do packaging like this before. So it's very unique and I really want to support. I feel like there's not a bad product from Danessa Myricks. And when I was talking about the Sephora sale, I kept saying, like, I feel like everybody included at least one thing from Danessa Myricks. Like, I feel like she's really killing it. So yeah, you can't really go wrong with that palette. If you have some extra money or you're trying to think of what to ask for the holidays, if there's a special somebody that'll splurge on your gift, I would highly suggest putting this palette on your gift list for the holiday season. Actually, you can put any of these. Also put this one on your Christmas gift list because it's good. I rank this high because it's a really good neutral palette and the price point is amazing. So this is Paisley Hoot from my friend Angie and her brand Singe Beauty. She did send this to me, and yes, I'm biased, I understand. But I also feel like the formula of this palette is amazing. This palette is under $50 and you get 16 fabulous shades. So it is something to keep in mind as reviewers because I feel like it's so easy to get caught up in the beautiful shimmers and then you kind of forget about the price. But look at these colors. So beautiful. She definitely is very mindful of how she prices things. Of course, we know Singe has other gorgeous palettes as well, but this is the latest one. And I really have had so much fun playing with this. I've created the most beautiful olive green eye look with this palette. And this is a great palette for everyday use as well for me. I do like to wear neutral shadows as well as colorful shadows. It just depends on my mood. And if I'm trying to think of a really good neutral palette in my collection, especially one that's newer to the market, I always think of Paisley Hoot from Singe Beauty. Okay, so drum roll for first place, please. Da, da, da. I had to give it to Starlight Society from Cosmic Beauty. I just love this color combo. I love purples. I love blues. Greens are my favorite palettes, but then next would be this type of color story. I do like the addition of the neutral row and the more like pinky neutral row down here, and then the fun like jewel tones in the middle. I just think this whole collection was awesome. It did come as a collection, so it came in like a trunk. You got some amazing lip products. You got some amazing eyeliners. There's a beautiful highlighter palette, and then this, and it was all for under like $120. Plus, you could use your favorite influencer's affiliate code. So you really got bang for your buck, especially for somebody that's a makeup lover, or if you want to buy the whole thing and break it up, that would be awesome too because you're really getting good value there. And if you want to keep it all for yourself, you're not going to be disappointed. I have a medium tan complexion and all of the products work with my skin tone as well, something to keep in mind because a lot of the times when you're buying a whole collection, it kind of sucks because some products aren't going to work with most skin tones, and I feel like Cosmic Beauty did a good job of keeping that in mind. Anyway, this palette is stunning. Okay, look at this beautiful multi-chrome. We have some really fun metallics. I'm sorry I'm always swatching the metallics, but can't help myself. Look at those swatches. So it's super pretty. I don't think there's a bad palette in this pile. I just had to rank them somehow. And you know I'm going to talk about my favorites and I'm going to put them at the very, very tippy top. If you've been following me this year, you've heard me talk about all of these brands multiple times. So none of this should be a surprise to you at all. But I had fun ranking these palettes. Let me know which ones are you eyeing, which ones do you already own. Let me know your current favorite palette. I love to read your guys' comments, and honestly, I'm a little nosy. I want to know if I own your favorite palette for the season. So let me know and hype this video if you can. Give it a thumbs up. It's totally free. I'm going to link everything in a pinned comment down below and maybe even put it in the description box in case you guys want to shop any of these palettes. I do have affiliate codes with most of these brands, so it really does help me out when you use my code to shop. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have a little bit more time, check out some of my other videos, and I will see you in another one very, very soon. Bye!